Hey guys, I'm Dalek44 and today I'm going to do something a little different for you. Today I'm going to show you all the models I have for my characters in Second Co. And that's not like side characters or minor characters that you see in the background, it's the characters that have their own personalities and were created specifically for the show. And there may be some missing, but that's because I've rummaged around through my boxes and bags and whatnot and couldn't find them. But this was as many of them as I could find, and I've never really done anything like this before on YouTube, but I thought I'd give it a go. And I was actually inspired to do this by Super Mario Logan, who a few years ago did a video showing a lot of his Mario plushies he uses for Super Mario Logan. And with that said, let's start off with the main characters themselves. Sec, Cyber, Slovene and Unikitty. So, this is Dalek Sec, of course. He's from the old Time Squad range. And that was back in the days when they used to do little Doctor Who figures called Time Squad of the various characters. And I think they did them during the David Tennant era and then brought a couple more back during the Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi era. But we haven't seen any more since then. And here's Cyber, his best friend slash brother. And this was one of other Cybermen that I have. Another style of Cyberman from this has more lines and details, but I choose to use this one for Second Co because I really like it. And here's Slovene. And not looking as dumb as he usually would in the show, but that's because I'm not using paint for him. And here's our little kitty herself, Unikitty. And this is the very first Unikitty minifigure they brought out. And she's usually the main one I use for my show. So, yeah, this is the minifigure you would mostly see in the videos. And over here we got the chick, Second Co's first pet. And he hasn't been in as many videos lately because I've mainly been focusing on the lads and Unikitty. But I do cram him in every now and then, like give him some cameos. And I'm hoping to give him some more screen time in future episodes of Second Co because he's a fun character. And as a special treat I thought I'd get out all the other Unikitties I've used for the show. So here's the LEGO Dimensions Unikitty. I've actually got two LEGO Dimensions Unikitties, like one for the game and one specifically for filming. Because I thought it'd be less of a kerfuffle to have two versions rather than having to get the LEGO Dimensions one out of the box every time. And here's Sad Unikitty, which I use for when she's sad. And this is Confused Unikitty. And the confused face actually came with the Sad Unikitty body, but I got another Unikitty body from FirestarToys.com and just decided to give the two heads two separate bodies, make it easier. And here's Business Kitty, which I've often used a couple of times. And the last time I used Business Kitty's head with the glasses was for the detective email when Unikitty becomes a detective. And here's Queasy Kitty, who's only appeared once in Second Co in the Poorly Unikitty episode. And there may be an opportunity to use her again in the future. And here's one I don't think I've actually used in the show yet, Astro Kitty. And I hope that I do get the chance to use her in the videos because it's such a cute variant of the character. And here are the two Angry Kitties, Angry Kitty and Super Angry Kitty. And I've been wanting to use these for ages before the Miss Bossy Dalek Sec email. And that was the first time that she ever got this angry. And I think it was worth the payoff, in my opinion, because I always loved it in the LEGO movie when Unikitty got pissed off, so it was a great opportunity to use these two. And we also got all the Unikitties from the TV show range. Here's Regular Kitty, really cute Unikitty, super cute Unikitty, and here's all the minifigures from the minifigure packs, which I did a video for a while ago. Excuse the reflection, there's a mirror where I am. It's a mirror wardrobe. And I'm actually considering to start using these Unikitties instead of the Lego Movie version of Unikitty in future videos next year. And I'm thinking I might still use the Angry Kitties and a few of the others every now and then. But I'm not sure whether to ditch the movie Unikitty and start using these Unikitties in the future. Just leave me a comment in the comment section below, guys, and let me know what you think. Should I stick with Lego Movie Unikitties or use the Unikitty Show Unikitties in the future? Just leave a comment letting me know, okay? And that's the main characters out of the way, and here's the girlfriends, Jessica and Pinky. And here's Pinky's first outfit, which was from Jungle Onwards, and here's her new current outfit from Pinky's new look. And after years of Pinky being in her jungle outfit, I decided it was high time she got a new look, hence this dress. And I'd gone through various dresses on firestartoys.com where I buy a lot of my Lego minifigures and decided that one looked the best. And here's Cyber's girlfriend and soon-to-be wife Jessica. And you're wondering why this minifigure's with her when it's not Jessica. This is because this is the minifigure body that I use when Jessica's performing at the nightclub. I just removed the head of that minifigure and put Jessica's head on the body. So this is regular Jessica, and that's Jessica when she's performing. And here we got Dick Dastardly and Muttley, two of the main villains of the show. And I ended up getting these two action figures of Dastardly and Muttley from Universal Studios in Florida when they used to have the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera ride, which was one of my favourite rides in that park, and I find it a real shame that that's not around anymore. But that was where I got these two from, and I've been keeping them on, holding on to them ever since. And here's the Chief Robber and the Henchmen. And an interesting fact about them, the Chief is actually a minifigure of Lord Sand Sinister from the LEGO Adventurers world. I just decided he'd be the best looking character to be the Chief Robber. And the Henchman is a cowboy minifigure, but I just replaced the head with a skeleton head. And I think it's one of the most creative characters I've made. Just like having this guy hiding his skull-like face behind a mask. And here's the most recent addition to the crew, No Slacking. And I actually have two No Slackings in this group. I got the one with the frowny face and one with a more happier face. And again, I bought these from Firestar Toys. I just got a bunch of minifigure parts in the shop and just custom made No Slacking from Chucklevision. And since he had two similar faces, like the angry and happy face are very similar, I just decided to make two minifigures rather than, you know, always changing the expressions. But of course I'm still going to give him other facial expressions on paint, but I just think it's nice to have two different No Slackings, one happy, one miserable looking. And here's Bubs, the Concession stand salesman. And another Time Squad figure. This one's of a Pyrovile from Series 4. And I don't know why, but I just decided that the Pyrovile figure from Time Squad looked really cool, and I decided to use him as Bubs. Because Bubs is sort of like a cool character in Homestar Runner, and he just looks the coolest. And here's Dalek's ex-dim-witted cousin, Dalek Star, who's an obvious parody of Homestar Runner, even with the stupid American voice with the saying R's like W's. And I actually got two of these bronze Daleks. I got this first one that I have and a newer one, but I used this one for Dalek Star. And again, Dalek Star hasn't appeared for a while, but I'm hoping to write him in another story. Just don't know what it's going to be yet. And here's the Honey. Wesley Honey, Beth Honey, and Duke the Dog. And Wesley is a combination of Waiter, I think it is, and the Brickster. Like, I just randomly used the Brickster's head for this minifigure, and I think the style works really well. It's just a really funny look. And Beth Honey is a Mary Jane minifigure from the old Lego Spider-Man minifigures from when they did the Spider-Man trilogy. It's funny, they did the sets for the first two movies, but didn't do any sets for the third movie, which I find really weird. But I just liked this version of Mary Jane and thought it'd be good enough to use for Beth. And there's Duke the dog. Just a standard Lego dog. And here's a really interesting one. This is Lego Me. It's actually Lego Harry Osborn from a Lego Spider-Man 2 set. But I just liked the look of it so much and decided to use that as Lego Me in the universe. And here's the minifigure I use for Lionel Mutz. And when I'm using Lionel Mutz, I just use the hands and head from the Lego Me and put it onto this minifigure to create Lionel Mutz. And if I could, I would spare another Harry Osborn minifigure, but I've looked on 5-Star Toys for ages and I can't seem to find him. And if I looked on any other website like eBay, he'd probably cost like a shitload of money, so I'm just working with what I got, really. And here's the Selbricks, Arthur Selbrick and Lucy. And Arthur is your standard Lego police officer, and every now and then he's hatless, like you see here, and every now and then he'll wear a police helmet. And Lucy's your typical Lego minifigure girl, and it's another purchase I made from firestartoys.com, because I just randomly decided it was time to use some Postman Pat-like characters, because these are obviously based off of the Selbies from Postman Pat. And I just decided, why not have Postman Pat characters in my universe? So here they are. And this is Stafford Thomas, the only gay in the Empire. And he's just your basic minifigure with a Stormtrooper helmet. And I actually took the minifigure from one of the spare Lego Island Extreme Stunts characters I have and stuck a Stormtrooper helmet on him and decided to create a Little Britain type character. And he usually shows up in a cutaway that involves Star Wars characters like the Empire. And I'm thinking it might be a fun idea to see what would happen if he joined the First Order after the Empire went bust. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that'd be funny? And here's Consuela, who is obviously based off of Consuela from Family Guy. And you're wondering why there's a Skyline minifigure behind her. Well, that's because Skyline was the original Consuela for a time. Then when I found these old minifigure parts from 5-Star Toys, I decided to create an exclusive figure based on Consuela from Family Guy. So anytime Consuela shows up from now on, it's going to be this character, and not her. Just did that for a laugh. And here's Professor Ludwig von Brick, who is referenced to Professor Von Drake from the Disney universe. And this character actually made a cameo in the Unikitty and Mouse episode. Like, he was with other scientists like Edna Mode, Professor Frink and Dr. Fox while Slovene was complaining about the heat. And he didn't speak in that one, he actually made a cameo. But he's going to have some speaking roles in future episodes. So this is a character that you're going to expect to see in the future of Second Cut. Oh, and here's a long-forgotten character, Mr. Mccomb Wayne, the owner of the Scottish Hotel. And he's based off of the Little Britain character, Mr. McCooney. And so far, he's only appeared in one cutaway, like doing his maybe I can and maybe I can't thing to Dalek Sec. And I've been trying to bring him back for ages, but it's just not all that easy to create a good cutaway that would involve him. But hopefully you'll see him again in the future, only time will tell. And here's our main man Cubby, who was introduced in Pinky's new look. And this is a mixture of various Lego parts. Like, you've got the Lego legs with painted feet, Lego torso with a spaceman, a head with braces and yellow hair. And this character was based off of the Two Stupid Dogs character of the same name, because I've been remembering watching Two Stupid Dogs and thought, why not create a Two Stupid Dogs type character, and Cubby seemed to fit. And here's the celebrity news channel team: Tom Tucker, Diane Simmons and Ollie Williams. And Tom Tucker is a cameraman head with a Homer Simpson body, I think. And here's Diane Simmons, who hasn't spoken yet, but she will get a speaking role soon, don't worry. And here's Ollie Williams, the forecast man. And these were characters that I've wanted to put into Second Co for a long time. Like, I've always wanted to do a Ollie Williams where he's like, it's gonna work, type of thing. So whenever Second Co are going to watch the news, these guys are going to be in it. They're going to be doing the news. And here's one I decided to put in for some reason: Lego Ringo Starr. I've actually got 2 Ringo Starrs. I got Lego Ringo Starr, official one, and I just randomly decided to buy the parts from firestartoys.com and create a Station Master Ringo Starr. Like, some of you would see this as a reference to Shining Time Station, and it's mainly because of me love for Thomas the Tank Engine and Ringo Starr being my favourite narrator. So yeah, he makes a lot of cameos on the railways at Sodor, and you're going to expect to see cameos of him again. And here's Sam Sinister and his crew, who own a pub. And these guys mainly have had cameos in the videos, like just being like the owner, Sam being the owner, and these 2 being workers at the pub. But it is possible that they're going to get a speaking role in the future, only time will tell. And here's Richard Evans, the actor. And he's based off of the Clockwork Droid from Doctor Who. And there's actually 2 models I used for Richard Evans. There's the first Clockwork Droid with the blue overcoat, and there's this one with the purple coat. And these 2 came out separately. Like, the blue one came out first, and then the purple one came out years later. And since I had the 2, I thought, why not have Richard Evans change his coat every now and then? So, in various appearances, he's going to either be wearing the blue coat or the purple coat. But it's just a great idea to give him a fashion change. Like, give him a different sense of fashion every time he comes on screen. And here's some of the forgotten characters. There's the Scarecrow that Sec always beats the shit out of. And this was inspired by the Family Guy chicken fight. And so far he's only had 2 major appearances, beating the shit out of Sec and Sec beating the shit out of him. And if there's going to be a 3rd fight or any future fights, then you'll probably have to wait for them, because the 2nd fight I did was very time consuming. It took a lot of my time and effort. But if I can do a 3rd one, then I will. And here's a Sontaran, which I used for Dalek Set Secret Agent 1, Dalek Set Secret Agent 2. And he was Killing You Guy, the villain's henchman. And if I'm going to do Dalek Set Secret Agent 3, which I've boasted about in the past, then he's definitely going to come back as Killing You Guy. Because I just randomly thought a Sontaran would be perfect for the evil henchman and Dalek Set Secret Agent. And here's the character build in Sontaran, which I used for John Gulliver from Second Co. Now, John Gulliver was a character that Husky Fan 41 purely created. It was in the Christmas special when the guys planned a Christmas party for Unikitty. And it was originally just going to be, the scene was originally just going to be this news reporter, Tarish McAngus, who I could not find the minifigure for, but never mind, was going to give the weather report on the news while Sideburn and Jessica were watching TV. But then Rob came back to me with a re-edited script with Tavish and this guy John Gulliver having a conversation and trying to get him to fix the microphone. Because in the BBC studio they work in, John Gulliver is like the mechanic and engineer. So whenever there's something that needs fixing or modifications that need doing, he's always the one they go to. And if I'm going to bring him and Tavish Mechanics back, then I think it would have to be in a scene that Husky Fan 41 writes, because he created these characters. So if you could think of any good scenes for these two, Husky Fan 41, then I'd really appreciate you doing it. And we have one last character that I forgot earlier, and it's Emily the Mouse, who was introduced in the recent episode of Second Cut. And she's your basic Lego mouse, but I'm not sure if you can see here, but I actually drew some eyelashes around her eyes with a permanent marker pen to give her more of a feminine look. And she was another character superbly voiced by Boris Van Gogh. And she's definitely going to be making more appearances in the show as it goes on, so you're going to expect to see her in the future. And so folks, that's all the Second Co main and minor characters specifically created for the show that I got. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and be sure to watch out for more videos and reviews in the future. And until next time, this is Dalek44 saying ciao.